respondents argue that if you don't consider race, you won't be able to consider the whole person in the admissions process. How do you respond to that?
This court has always said that racial classifications are necessarily invidious, and certainly it is possible that an applicant, for example, could write something in which race provides a context for their experience, but just considering race and race alone is not consistent with the Constitution. It's also not consistent with other holistic approaches that this court takes. There's great freedom, for example, to strike a juror, but one thing you can't strike a juror for, in part, is their race. You can, in awarding child custody, the most holistic process perhaps known to law is the best interest of the child, but this court has held race cannot be one of the factors you analyze in deciding that.
Well, I understand that, but we're talking about an application to a university. If you don't include race, I assume that respondents think that by including race, it tells you something about a person. If you don't include that, then what do you include on the application?
You include their experience, you include where they grew up, you might include their socioeconomic status, you include all sorts of things that actually lead to broader diversity of viewpoints. The assumption that race necessarily informs something about anyone's qualifications is antithetical to this court's precedents and to our Constitution.
Can we stop a moment? And I want to break down what you're talking about. Sometimes race does correlate to some experiences and not others. If you're black, you're more likely to be in an under-resourced school. You're more likely to be taught by teachers who are not as qualified as others. You're more likely to be viewed as having less academic potential. Even in your own arguments in your brief, you correlate race to lots of other things that are not necessarily causal, but which do correlate. How do you tease that out?
Well,
How do you want an admissions officer to say,